Hola amigos! Today I'm going to be interviewing Jaime Pesaque, chef and owner of MAYTA Restaurant here in Lima, Peru. It's part of Latin America's 50 best restaurants. Jaime has worked in Michelin-starred restaurants, including the former world's best restaurant, El Celler de Can Roca. He's a global ambassador for Peruvian cuisine with restaurants around the world, including Milan, New York, Dubai, Hong Kong, just to name a few. So let's go and have a chat to him, and I think we'll be able to go into the kitchen as well. Hola Jaime, thanks so much for having me.
No, it's a pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Tell me a little bit about MAYTA, this restaurant.
Well, MAYTA, born 11 years ago. It's my baby, my base. It's where all begins. I would say it's a modern Peruvian. It begins all with a Peruvian basis, all our DNAs, but reinterpreted through a modern cuisine. No?
So we know you've worked and lived overseas in Michelin-star restaurants. You used to work at former #1 restaurant in the world. What made you return to Peru?
When I go out, I was young. I didn't know basically what I was going to do. I just knew that I have a passion and love for food, but that's it, no? And when I trained myself in Europe and in the US, I understand better the things I want to do. So when I returned and I traveled a bit, I went to the Los Andes, I went to the Amazonas. I said, well, I have been outside in a foreign countries training myself, but then here it's a pantry, an amazing, outstanding pantry that needs to be more discovered. So it was very easy to make the decision to stay home, you know, because Peruvian cuisine have two very strong pillars. One is the influences from foreign countries, and then we have the ocean, the Pacifico, the coast, the Andes, and the rainforest, the Amazonas. So the pantry that the mansion has, it's unbelievable. So it's a privilege to be a cook in Peru, and I always say that decide to be a cook in Peru, it's pretty easy because what the country can offer you. No?
Yes, some of the fruits, the ingredients that we have, they're incredible. And a lot of people in Australia, for example, we get the lucuma, but in a powdered version. We don't have the fresh stuff. Quinoa, there's a boom in quinoa. 10 years ago, no one really knew about quinoa, just us Peruvians. But now, everywhere you go, there's quinoa.
The good thing is that globalizations help that a lot. Still, there is a huge work to do to export our products. There's some issues, but still, that's on another hand, it's nice that you can have it just if you can hear, can hear. So it's a nice thing too, no?
Yeah, definitely.
That to be unique.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a potent gastronomic country with a lot of things to offer to the world. You live in Australia. Your friends probably a Sunday night don't say let's order some Peruvian cuisine or let's go to a Peruvian restaurant as an Italian restaurant or French or Chinese. We're not yet there. We're not there yet, but we're getting to it for sure. Probably 10 more years or something like that.
We've started the revolution, and you are helping that because obviously you've got restaurants all over the world.
Yes, we have some. I always say that we don't open Peruvian restaurants in foreign countries. I always say we open small embassies of our culture.
I love that idea of Peruvian restaurants being, little Peruvian embassies around the world. That's a great way of putting it.
And I say that because there is something that happened to me that changed a little bit my mind. Because sometimes when we do some work, we think it's not that important, no? But it is, no? It is. So when I was in Hong Kong, there is a customer that came in a restaurant and tell me there is a friend that told me that I have to come here and eat your food, Peruvian food. So I'm here, but I didn't know where is Peru. I didn't know anything. Just he told me, and I called and make the reservation. And I make the table for him. I recommend, I should them some plates or whatever. And then he returned, he liked it, and he returned after 4 days. And he told me, look what you do with your food to me. And he came and he bought him and his family a trip to Peru. Wow. And he told me, I heard about Machu Picchu, but I didn't knew it was on Peru. I just heard about it and that's it. And I bought tickets, and we're going to Cusco, and we go to Amazonas, and this happened because of the food. Yeah. And then I say, okay, it's not a huge thing for the country, but at the same time it is. From then, I always say that we open a small embassies of our culture, no? And it's great because there is some Argentinian, Chilean, Mexican, or Colombian people that came just weekends just for have food. Yeah. They make reservations and then go back home. Mm-hmm. And that's amazing.
They just come to eat?
Yes, they just come to eat.
I know you have a seasonal menu here at MAYTA, but there's one dish that's never been removed. Your arroz con pato?
Yes, or sartén de pato.
Your sartén de pato.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the famous sartén de pato from MAYTA.
The thing is, I have a particular love for that dish that came from the north of Peru. I love the chicha de jora, and in general, I love the duck. Yeah. So what we do is kind of make a twist and do a different style, kind of arroz con pato. You have the DNA, you have the flavor there. Gracias. You have the flavor there, but we try to go a little bit more, profundize a little bit more. So we took all the duck. We have the rice in a pan with a concolón and socarrat, but we use the whole duck. We smoke the breast and sear it in the grill. We have the confit of the leg. We have the foie. We have the fried egg of the duck, and the liver and the tongue. We confit it, we chop it, and make the salsa with that.
The salsa criolla.
Yes, and the tongue. So we use the whole duck, and that's a plus. You know, that's a different thing, and you because we want you to understand it, but at the same time to be unique and different. That you can always see their creativity and a work behind. So yes, this is a dish that I love it. I can remove it, I can change it. It's the way it is, and it's one of our signatures. No?
So Jaime has been kind enough to let me go into his kitchen to see how this duck dish is prepared. I can't wait to show you. Let's go in. incredible.
I think this is the best part of the look.
The socarat, it's like a paella.
The socarrat or the concolón. For me, it's the best part. And
You know, you get kind of like an earthy flavor from the chicha de jora, the beer.
and the loche pumpkin, no?
Yeah.
We use the skin too,
Ajá.
and the skin was sometimes in the earth, no?
Yeah.
So
Right,
yeah.
that's that earthy
Yeah.
flavor coming through, and that rice, it's kind of like a risotto. It's like a risotto texture.
Sticky, a little bit
Yeah,
sticky, no?
sticky, and that crispy socarat, the concorón at the bottom, and you know the confit duck leg, the smoked mackerel duck. Incredibly succulent and tender, and then you get that creaminess from the foie. And I love how you add the duck egg, the yolk, you know.
Yeah, you mix it, it's creamy thing there.
It's so delicious.
And you
so
have the whole
unique.
duck. Just look.
Amazing. Nose to tail.
This is the liver and also the tongue.
Yeah, tongue and liver through the criolla sauce that you've chopped up really small.
So you have the whole duck here. We use the whole duck and the bones. We use it to make the broth.
Yeah, that rich stock.
So we use the whole duck, and that's amazing, no? To respect the animal.
Yeah.
You respect the animal using the whole thing, no?
Definitely. And now a lot of people they want to know where their food comes from. You want to use that nose to tail philosophy. It's an explosion in your mouth.
You have a lot of ingredients. You have the earthy, like the herb, like the cilantro.
Yes.
You have chicha de jora. You have beer. You have a sofrito. You have ají amarillo. You have loche pumpkin. You have too many things that mix it together makes a great explosion of flavors.
Yes, they all work in harmony. It's not that they overpower. It's all just there to enhance just everything.
The day together works just amazing.
No wonder why this is your signature and you haven't taken it off your menu.
One of my favorite plates.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it is mine as well. This is my favorite arroz con pato I've ever had.
Yeah, that's great.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Jaime. It was an honor to be able to chat to you and try this amazing dish together. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. Thank you, and hope all of you came here and visit Peru.
Yes, muchas gracias.
No, de nada.
Chao, un gusto.
Encantado.
Perfecto, ya estamos.
Ya, buena voz.